Here's Kfi Am live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. With the stories that we've been following, still the Senate trying to work out this agreement, although they say they have reached an agreement. It hasn't been voted on yet to extend the government's borrowing authority into December. Pfizer is asking the government to allow its use of its COVID vaccine in kids aged 5 to 11, and if they agree, those shots could begin within a matter of weeks. And then also the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard was on board one of those massive cargo ships that's been waiting to get into the port, all as part of the investigation into the rupture of that offshore oil pipeline. They want to know if the ship's anchor may have snagged and bent and broken the pipeline off of Huntington Beach. The Associated Press had suggested that this German-flagged Rotterdam Express made 3 unusual movements that would have put it over the pipeline. U.S. officials told the AP that the ship is a focus, but both marine traffic and the company that operates the ship said that GPS traffic, the GPS information was wrong, and that it was never over the pipeline as it might have suggested.
Hundreds of three-eyed dinosaur shrimp have emerged. Tourists roaming the Upatski National Monument would stumble upon the hundreds of pre-dinosaur-era three-eyed shrimp. This was at the site in Arizona.
Where the hell did they come from?
The gentle beasts roamed Earth hundreds of millions of years ago.
Again, where the hell did they come from?
Their third eye is smack in the middle of their 2 compound buggy ones that peer straight ahead. They're an inch or 2 long, and they have peachy pink bodies, the crest-shaped torso that tapers off into a dangly tail.
Again, you brought me that dating like this.
Hey.
It's not uncommon to find a few of the guys in the wild. They said some pet stores even sell these.
They only live for about 90 days. Not for us to have.
And they call them triops.
Triops.
Tourists find hundreds of them at the site of this national monument is new. Some farmers in that area near Flagstaff said that they originally left the modern-day Flagstaff area of the Upatski National Monument after the eruption of the Sunset Crater volcano 900 years ago. And now within that area, it's protected by the state. It is open for tourism. And a circular ball course that used to be a site where cultural ideas got exchanged is where they somehow ended up showing up.
From Arizona to Madagascar we go, where there is a large moth with a massive tongue. Its business is to suck the pollen out of a very long and skinny orchid. Charles Darwin predicted its existence when he first saw the shape of this orchid, this long, skinny orchid, which apparently prompted him to exclaim, "Good heavens, what insect can suck it?" I'm not making that up. That was his quote.
It's a good thing nobody told your soundbites anymore.
About 2 decades later, good call. I'm actually really happy about that. 2 decades later, the moth was actually discovered. 2 decades after Charles Darwin opined what insect can suck this orchid.
Barnacles. It's got weirdly cold in here. Everybody knows what barnacles look like, right? Barnacles being those little round things that will show up on posts and on other shells and things like that. Barnacles are notoriously clingy creatures. They're crustaceans, and what is believed to have been their transportation mode is non-existent. Nobody knew that they could actually move around.
Oh my God.
Now, they said a study has confirmed that at least one species of barnacle that settles on top of a sea turtle shell will actually slide across the surface to places where it's easier to snag a snack.
Well, I get it. You get hungry and it makes you do crazy things. So I can understand the barnacles getting crazy with the hanger. You know what I mean?
I guess. 2017, other scientists tracked 15 barnacles' movements on an acrylic surface in a lab. Oh boy, that must have been an exciting experiment. They suspect barnacles are after food as they move toward areas of higher water flow, that which would carry more food particles when they're exposed to a specific current.
Not all sloths have always been lazy. Modern sloths are vegetarians. They just eat the leaves. And I think they only make their way down the trees, once a week to do their business. They move very slowly, very glacially slow. But Darwin's ground sloth apparently was a meat-eating scavenger. Moved quickly enough to kill the meat before eating them.
They look like that. I mean, we have no picture. It's a drawing here, but it looks like a giant bear.
Yeah.
That would be quite a... and then finally, the oldest pair of skis has been unearthed in Norway, or unsnowed, maybe?
They've been trapped in ice for 1,300 years.
Norwegian archaeologists found a lone wooden ski on a mountaintop. The ski was well preserved, down to an intact binding that was made from birch rope and leather straps. And because skis come in pairs, archaeologists monitored the ice patch for summertime thaws that might reveal the other one, and then 7 years later, they found it.
The question is what happened to their owner. Maybe the skier took them off to hunt and lost them in the snow. Or maybe an early skiing accident left the hunter too injured to descend to safety from the frozen heights.
Or one of those meat-eating sloths ripped him in half and left half of him down the mountain where the other ski was found.
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Johnny Kenshaw's fun.
I want to take you higher. Gary and Shannon. You can listen to KFI everywhere. Like you haven't noticed.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Costing big bucks summed up remarks live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Fishermen in Orange County are feeling the financial sting of the oil spill.
We can't even go to work, pretty much, is what it is.
Seth Dubois is a commercial fisherman in Dana Point. He hasn't gone out on the water since last week due to the oil spill keeping boats from leaving the harbor. And it's costing him money.
I would say tens and thousands of dollars for sure.
Dubois says the season for valuable bluefin tuna is slowly coming to an end, and this is the time to catch them.
October is kind of, the hottest month, in my opinion, so it's the worst time that this could be going on.
Blake Trolley, KFI News.
Long Beach police say the shooting of an 18-year-old woman by a school safety officer is now a homicide investigation because the woman has died. Mona Rodriguez was taken off life support this week. School District Superintendent Joe Baker announced yesterday that the officer involved in the shooting has been fired.
The employee violated district policy and did not meet our standards and expectations.
The woman's family has demanded the officer be arrested and charged with murder. A U.S. Army vet accused of sexually assaulting at least 3 women in Aliso Viejo has been returned to Orange County to face charges. Robert Yukis was arrested in Alaska last month. The attacks around Woodfield Park date back to January of last year. Yukis lived in Aliso Viejo between 2017 and 2019. A new Citizens Commission has started work to drop new district maps for L.A. County.
Based on 2020 census data and public input, we will draw 5 new supervisorial districts to reflect the backgrounds and interests of residents and communities.
Commission co-chair Dan Maeda says the district will have about 2 million residents in each and must be geographically connected. A website has been set up for the public to submit their own map ideas. A final map must be completed by December 15th, and Maeda says the Board of Supervisors will have no ability to reject or change it. 18 former NBA players, including ex-Laker Shannon Brown, have been charged in a $4 million medical fraud scheme. U.S. Attorney Audrey Stroud says Terrence Williams, the 11th overall pick in the 2009 draft, was the ringleader, giving the guys fake invoices to get paid back for medical and dental work that was never done.
Many of the co-conspirators paid Williams kickbacks. Williams received approximately $230,000 in kickback payments from other defendants.
The wife of one of the ex-players also has been charged. Officials say more charges are possible in the case. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says an agreement has been reached to extend the debt ceiling until early December.
It's our hope that we can get this done as soon as today. The deadline to either come up with a deal or default on the debt was 11 days from now. President Biden and business leaders have ramped up their concerns over what an unprecedented federal default would mean for the nation's economy. President Biden has visited a company in Chicago to talk about the importance of COVID-19 vaccine requirements for businesses.
There is no other way to beat the pandemic than to get the vast majority of Americans vaccinated.
Biden says he's done everything he can to get people vaccinated. He says vaccine requirements were not his first instinct.
But even after all these efforts, we still had more than a quarter of the people in the United States who were eligible for vaccination but didn't get the shot.
He says all businesses with more than 100 employees will soon have to require that employees be vaccinated or get tested at least once a week. We have a crash on the 110 in South LA.
South outside of the 110 freeway at Century. Looks like one of the express lanes blocked here with the crash, so things are going to be pretty slow overall as you're coming away from that exposition. While the northbound side is going to be a pretty slow ride as well from Manchester over to the 101. Heading into the Hawthorne area, 105 westbound side transition to the 405 north. That earlier fire put out, lanes have been reopened. Things are starting to recover now as you're approaching Crenshaw, while the eastbound side is going to be patchy already from the 405 on over to Lakewood Boulevard. Meanwhile, things are going to be heavy if you're heading east on the 10, coming out of West LA from just before the 405 on over to the 5, getting into Boyle Heights. Southbound 57 at Orange Store from Placenta. Track here moves to the right shoulder, but things are pretty heavy from the Imperial Highway. And getting into Ontario, eastbound side of the 10 at Euclid, looks like that crash is also now out of lanes, so things remain pretty slow from Indian Hill Boulevard. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jay Owen.
The rain's moving in. Talk about that next.
We should never take for granted clean air. IQ Air's mission is simple. They want to give you the cleanest air possible, and they've developed the affordable Autumn series to do just that.
The Autumn Desk is a revolutionary air purifier that transforms your workspace into personal clean air zones.
Unlike other air filtration systems that may take hours to purify the air in a room, the Autumn Desk begins working immediately.
Its unique design protects you by removing ultrafine particles from your personal breathing zone. It's compact, portable, and fits perfectly on any desktop.
You just place it right next to you while you work. Create your own personal bubble of ultra-pure air.
Designed in Switzerland and manufactured in Germany, this game-changing technology has been proven to remove 99% of all airborne pollutants.
We've been using the Autumn Desk in our studio now for months, and it's fantastic. Purify your workspace today with the Autumn Desk.
Visit iqair.com/US to learn more, or give them a call at 800-500-4AIR. That's iqair.com/US or 800-500-4247.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed effortlessly adjusts in response to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. And now, save up to $800 on Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed, plus special financing, only for a limited time. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details.
The KFI Financial Report brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow closed up 338, S&P 500 up 36, NASDAQ up 152, and the average price of a gallon of regular gas in California is $4.42.
Bay Alarm security systems can change with your business, so you're right for now and ready for the next.
Southland weather from KFI. Rain likely tomorrow morning, and we have a chance of rain in the afternoon. Highs mid to upper 60s for Metro LA and the Valleys. Mid 60s to low 70s for Inland OC. Low to upper 60s in the IE. Right now it's 73 in Tustin, 65 Laguna Beach, 69 in Fontana, and the same in Van Nuys. We leave local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Deborah Mark.
Somebody's got to fix the TV. The TV screens are frozen. I came here to watch the baseball game. The golf